iHeartMedia.com.
Tune in every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. for the Mahoning Valley Sportsman Show, hosted by Mike Craig, proudly brought to you by Bolt Construction. Over 35 years of doing things right in the gas and oil industry and airport gathering systems. Online at boltconstruction.cc.
Trucks, and more Ford trucks at Fairway Ford in Canfield. Over 300 available, and nobody buys them from the factory for less than Fairway Ford. See us at fairwayfordohio.com or 330-533-FORD. Fairway, that's the way we do business.
For authentic Italian cuisine and sauce, check out Vasilio's, Cortland.
For your home or business, call Mazza Heating and Cooling in Girard, your factory-authorized Bryant dealer. Now, the Storm Team 27 forecast.
It's going to be an unsettled weekend across the valley with periods of rain and a few thunderstorms throughout the day. Temperatures will climb to near 80 this afternoon. The chance for showers and a few storms will be around this evening and tonight, with temperatures dipping back into the lower 60s. In the Storm Team 27 Weather Center, I'm Alex George.
Now 77.
All right. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. I am Joe Danier, owner of Youngstown Computer, and we get to do this on Saturdays where we talk about things in tech. We open up the phone lines to all of you listeners out there, and hopefully through your participation, we can talk about elements of usership and how we implement and wield this technology so that we can not only help you who have something very specific to ask, but then we can broaden it and help more people out there that might be out there in the listening audience. I hear from people every week throughout when I'm just going about my business, and they tell me about their experience for the show. And that information, that feedback that we get is so instrumental in shaping what this show is in our community. There's, where do the citizens of a community go to learn after high school is no longer a thing and college is no longer a thing? Where does your education come from? Well, we have to draw it from somewhere. And so this sort of is the center of the community when it comes to technology. There are people in our audience that are just getting started, and there are people that are all the way down the line that are highly specialized, and they all listen to this program. So it doesn't really matter on what end of the spectrum you are. I appreciate all of you being here, and you're all necessary. If it weren't for just the beginners, we couldn't, enter people into this culture and give them a nice, safe introduction into it, and give them the words that we use and the philosophies that we've gathered over time. And on the other side of the spectrum, the people who are seasoned in these industries, they can offer through their specialization, they can offer us through the lens of an expert. And even I get text messages throughout the program when we're listening of people who just throw me information that then I can share with you. They overhear something and they have expertise and they throw it my way, and I'm able to verbalize this with the audience. So it's a great mechanism for getting all of us to learn more every week. We push ourselves into territories where we might have a little bit of weakness or vulnerability, but we do it in a non-intimidating way so that you don't have to worry about not knowing or knowing something here, because we're all looking for truths. We're all looking to discover something and then tell everybody about it. And over time, then that's the beauty of this. If you get started and just listen to the conversations, you don't have to participate. You don't have to call in and share and do anything. Just listen. Listen long enough that you might, get some of that stuff to permeate your brain a little bit. And before you know it, you're going to be wandering around your local electronics and retailer, and you're going to see something that you might have heard about a couple times on the radio, and you just might have the confidence to go roll up to that thing and buy it, take it home, unpackage it, and play with it. That is we're us tinkers. That's what we do. We don't know enough to be buying it, but we buy it anyway, and then we tinker our way through it, and then we discover things along the way. That's the good stuff. That's why technology is so appealing to most of us, is because it's this ever expanding. You'll never. This is not something you ever get to be smart at, right? You're never going to know everything. There's just too much of it to have total specialization in. So wherever you want to get started, whatever interests you, that's where I always recommend you jump in. So if audio video is your thing, or web development's your thing, or hardware and building stuff is your thing, I mean, pick something that you like, and there's always going to be a place where you can jump in and start to experience it. And with the way we've commoditized some of these electronics, all of it is in price reach for most of us. You can they figured out if you price something under $200, most of the buying public has enough with them right there to make an impulse buy as long as it's under $200. So just look at everything that's under that $200 mark, knowing that it's carefully packaged and marketed for you, the tinkerer, to go in there and start experimenting with it. So I want to, invite all of you to wade in and stop saying the things. I hear this, and it's not that it drives me crazy, and I don't think less of you for saying it, but constantly categorizing yourself is I know nothing, right? And I know why you're saying that, but you don't have to say that. Say, I want to learn everything. Not that I don't know nothing or know anything. All right, I want to learn everything. So I want to be this sponge that, I might know about carpentry, or I might know about insurance sales, or I might know about all these other things, but this technology thing's elusive, right? The only reason it's elusive is because you say things, you've been saying things like, I don't know anything, and you fulfilled your own prophecy. So this is me beckoning all of you to get your hands dirty in this industry, because it is a whole lot of fun, and we find ourselves every time that I get into something new, a light bulb clicks on, and I'm able to get more accomplished because of the new stuff that I discovered. So in the short term, you feel like you're not good at it, and there are people smarter than you, and I'm afraid because this costs a lot of money, and I might break it and stuff like that. And all those things go through all of our heads, right? But if you just get through it. We live in the information age. So if you get stuck somewhere, there's a really good chance that you can go on YouTube and type in anything that you're stuck on, and somebody thought to help you record a video and use it to help you get through just about anything. I did that experiment with, saw my mailbox was crooked, and I didn't want it to be crooked anymore. So on YouTube, I said, beginner mailbox installation, right? And I saw the most dumbed down version of a mailbox installation that you could possibly get. And I successfully, in a weekend, went down and installed a mailbox because of the information age. That's what the information age presents to us, is that there is no lock and key holding up anything that you want to know. Now, before, when it was valuable, where there would be people that migrate from city to city looking for scrolls of information, seeking new knowledge for their communities, think of that price that they were willing to pay to know something, get to knowledge that they didn't already have, willing to risk life to be able to pursue that. And then we have it at our disposal, as easy as clicking search. And guess what we do? We wait for somebody else to field out the knowledge for us. And that's why we've become such a service-oriented country, because very, very few of us are willing to get into new territory. Once we've staked out that I'm a farmer, right, all the other stuff is I'm going to pay someone else to do, or I'm going to have someone else do it. Well, in the information age, pretty much got a handle on just about any industry. If you plot me down, I wouldn't be great at any industry, but I'd know enough to know how that industry works. For instance, like sales. I'm a terrible salesman. I talk too much, and I say too much, and I tell too much truth, and I'm just not a good salesperson. And I'm not suggesting that salespeople are dishonest. So don't get me wrong there. But I talk through things, and I give people options that salespeople wouldn't do, because sales is a psychological game. So I figured out that I'm not really good at that portion of it because of who I am. But what I really am good at, I am amazing at problem solving. I am really good if you put something in my lap and tell me to solve it. If you leave me alone long enough, I'm going to solve it, and I'm going to bust through every barrier that gets in my way until it's solved. So if that's what I'm, why in the computer industry we've been so successful, as a company, because that philosophy of harder problems means that you have to bend and weave more and risk coming up short more to get to an end goal. There are multi-levels of problem solving, and that's what we're really, really super good at. But anyway, that whole diatribe was pretty much about all you as the listeners. When you engage in this program, it's about you getting into territories. We talk about them openly and publicly, and you get more proficient at all of this and have a little bit of confidence and have a place that if you go play in the weekend, you can run back here to me on the weekend and share with me where you're struggling, or you confused, or you need more information, or whatever. So 330-729-9977 is the phone number. You can also text me all program long at 330-333-1570. I will read those text messages as the program progresses. So if you have your question or a statement that you want me to read, text it to 330-333-1570. And that number, that texting number, all of the radio hosts over here use that number. So I would program that in your phone. If you don't know how to program something in your phone, stop yourself right now and figure out that you can add a contact, whether it's an Android device or an Apple device, whatever you've got. If you call a number, you can save it as a contact as either a messaging number, like an iMessage or a messaging or SMS, or you can do it as a phone number. And so iPhones, you dial the number, tap on it, go to add contact, then you can add 570 texting number. So I read it a couple times during every show, but save it in your phone so that while you're out and about, you can safely send messages to us the easiest possible. So again, that number 330-333-1570 gets text messages to us. All right. That out of the way. Let's talk about Youngstown Computer first, and the next thing next month is coming up. As I suggested last month, we were going to get more into field services where we're going to come more to you than more making you come to us. Everybody's doing the come to us model, right? You bring your computer and you slap it on the desk and you go through that dance. We'll do some of that anyway. Our service model's been we come to you. We bring the parts and the knowledge and everything that's going to be necessary to do the services at your place. And our company was valued because of those services in the very beginning, and we just had such a volume, such a growth that it was easier to get more people to come to us than to go out to you. But we're reversing that because I think we're at our best when we come to your environment. You got to think about it this way, and this is like practical talk, right? When you're solving a problem, right? Most of problem solving is about variables, right? Things that you don't know or aren't in your control. Now, if the job of problem solving is to reduce variables, you want to answer everything unanswered, and you don't want to change too many of those unknowns. So if you say, my computer's not working, and then you unplug everything and bring it to me, what are the chances that you unplug the reason that it wasn't working? And then when you bring it to me, I get it on my bench, and it works perfectly. I mean, think about how many times that's probably happened, because it's better for us to come see it in its natural environment, in its current state, because if I can't replicate it, I can't even start to work on it. So that's why our field service is so valuable, is we can come out to you, we can work on it what's there. And then some stuff naturally does have to come to our bench. The only reason being is, we're a per hour company. And so if we're on site, it's a per hour deal. Sometimes we can save a little bit of money if, something's doing an update and there's really nothing else we can do while it's doing that update. Well, it's helpful for us to go do somebody else's computer while yours is doing the update and then come back to it so that you don't have to, pay active time for a Windows update to run. That's the kind of stuff. So when we see that, when you got a data transfer, an update, or software installation, stuff like that, stuff that takes a long time, we're probably going to come out to you, figure out that it's best to come back with us, and then we'll, come put it on our bench for that. But the field services we're going to hit in August is we're going to focus on printers. And we're going to basically give our programs during August are going to take the different types of printers and the different models and brands and select different brands for different usage. I know a lot of you get a printer and it just gives you an output and you print directions for driving or whatever, real basic stuff. So what you want to do is you want the lowest cost per page that you can get away with, because you just need marks on a page. You don't need, photo printing, and you're not making labels and stickers, and you're not doing any wide media plotting. You're not doing any of that stuff. But the printer you buy might be good at stuff that you're never going to use. So you want to put your dollars with the most likely usage for the printer that you're going to be using. So for instance, you buy the printer, and most of these printer companies will sell you a printer below what it costs to produce that printer. So it might cost them $250 to produce a printer. And they're going to sell it to you for the bargain price of $199. Why would they do that? Why would they sell it $50 below cost? Because they make it up on the consumables, the ink cartridges, the things that you put in there. They're going to make up the difference. So they want you to buy their printer by making it cheaper than everybody else's. So then once you're committed to it, then you'll just buy their ink cartridges. And by the second or third set of ink cartridges, they've made their money back. So HP might not be a printer manufacturer. They might make their money on, entry-level printers, they make it on selling ink cartridges. So those are the kind of, knowing when you're sitting, you got, 50 printers to choose from when you're looking online or when you're looking in a retail store. What the heck is the difference? And if you're going to trust the salesperson to tell you the difference, they're going to tell you its maximum capabilities, what its dot pitch is, how many paper feet, how fast it can feed through there. We're gonna take different profiles of printer users. So a person who just wants to print out the cheapest paper that they possibly can, we're going to find the perfect printer with that. So the balancing of the cost of the original equipment purchase and a consideration for the consumables throughout the life of that purchase. So this is going to be good stuff all through August, and we're going to pair those up. We're going to talk about one. We're going to make sure we have those in stock. And if you want to switch over to those printers, that's going to be the week that we're going to do that first profile. So keep in consideration, a lot of you like making greeting cards and printing your own banners and stuff like that. There's going to be a printer that we're going to pair with that kind of usage. So, all right, we're going to take a break, come back, take some of your phone calls. The phone number, 330-729-9977, or you can text me at 333-1570. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be right back.
Hey, it is Lindsay Watts out on the road here at Town Center at Firestone Farms, and I am so excited that once again they are having the Columbiana Wine Festival. If you like wine, great food, and enjoy the work of local artisans, then Columbiana Wine Fest is where you need to be this evening. Now, the festival began last night, but the fun and festivities continue through tonight. Tonight, things get kicked off at 4 o'clock and go through 9 p.m. Tickets are $30 at the gate and include admission, 10 tasting tickets, a souvenir wine glass, and the festival program. It's 21 and over, and there is plenty of free parking. If you and the hubby want to get out of the house and try some wine, you will have the diversity of Geneva wine country right down the road, right here at Columbiana at the corners of Route 7 and 14. I'll be here from 12 until 2 getting people signed up to win $300 in gift cards to the shops here at the Town Center at Firestone Farms. Plus, I'll have the Pizza Hut prize wheel here, and we'll be spinning for things like tickets to the Medieval Fair and Scrappers tickets. We'll see you when you get out here.
Are you putting your retirement savings in a 401k, IRA, or investment account? Then I have one word of advice. Stop. Experts warn of a stock market crash any day now, and you could lose 50% or more of your hard-earned savings again. But you don't have to lose a penny. There's a better, safer way to save for retirement, and you can learn about it in a free report. This method continues to grow your money even when the market tumbles. To get this free report, go to bankonyourself.com. That's bankonyourself.com. Bankonyourself.com.
From America's best-selling automobile to the world's toughest trucks, there's a reason why customers are driving from Youngstown, Boardman, Austintown, Hermitage, even Cleveland and Pittsburgh. So come and find out for yourself at our all-new state-of-the-art facility on Route 46. See you at Toyota of Warren.
How can you extend your life by 6 years? Getting the right form of vitamin C. Most doctors don't look at our vitamin C levels. Walking around tired or just not feeling right? Listen Sunday morning at 8:30 to world-renowned Dr. Michael Pincus give valuable information. This Sunday at 8:30 a.m.
Stifel is a full-service firm offering a wide range of investment vehicles and services. Stifel has 5 offices in the Valley with experienced advisors assisting you. For more information, visit stifel.com or call 330-744-4351. Stifel Nicholas & Company, Incorporated.
Defend your rights and your home this season by choosing a Liberty Safe from Fin Feather Fur Outfitters. During their customer appreciation sale, receive up to $100 in a Fin gift card with the purchase of select Liberty Safes. Colonial 30 with a 60-minute fire rating holds up to 30 long guns, $1299.99. Or the Colonial 23 with a 60-minute fire rating holds up to 23 long guns, $1199.99. Both include free delivery. Remember, security and peace of mind can be found with a Liberty Safe from Fin Feather Fur Outfitters in Ashland, Middleburg Heights, Canton, Boardman, and Milan.
Your Mahoning Valley Scrappers return to Eastwood Field for a 3-day homestand July 24th through the 26th against the Brooklyn Cyclones. Highlighting the homestand is Buck Night, Bark at the Park, Christmas in July, and Military Appreciation Night. For more information, call 330-505-0000. Friend us on Facebook or visit us at mvscrappers.com. The 2018 season is presented by the Eastwood Mall Complex. Scrappers Baseball, baseball with bite.
BY Pools and Spas is proud to announce that they're the exclusive Viking pool dealer in the area. Viking Pools are the premier in-ground fiberglass pool company, offering the highest quality multi-layered construction and non-porous surface. For Viking pools, hot tubs, and pool supplies, visit BY Pools and Spas, 224 at Struthers Road in Poland. Check them out at bypoolsandspas.com.
We're the one for family fun.
Hi, this is Bob Davis with Fairway Ford in Canfield, and we've made a special purchase of 2018 Ford F-150 XLT 4x4 Super Cabs. Ford has a $2,500 discount on them, and Fairway Ford is taking another $10,500 off every one. Nobody buys from the factory for less than Fairway Ford. That's why Fairway Ford is your Ford truck headquarters and top dollar for your trade-in. See us at fairwayfordohio.com or 330-533-FORD. Fairway, that's the way we do business.
It's 78 degrees.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. I am Joe Danier, owner of Youngstown Computer, and we do this on Saturdays for you, our listeners, and open up the phone line. So if you want to get on, 330-729-9977. Earlier this week, I was on with Morris Ray during the regular, the prime time of radio. That I think it was 10 o'clock on maybe Wednesday. We were talking about security and sort of the parental obligations when you're entrusting someone who is not an adult with a piece of technology. And you hear this theme sort of, I don't know, it's sort of lectured into us, but I don't necessarily know that we're taking it as serious. Otherwise, when we say it a lot when we see the downside, but all of us still do stupid things like hand a cell phone that's connected to the internet to a 10-year-old, right? And really what everybody says, and we all know this, so you're just going to shake your head when I say it, is that you have to give it to the same kind of level of danger that you would handing the car keys to a kid. You can do just unbelievable harm to themselves and other people when you hand the keys to a car if you don't give proper instruction and training. So you have to almost make the same commitment that if you want to drive, you're going to have to learn how to do it safely so that you don't endanger yourself, your family, and other people. And so when you hand a cell phone, you're like, well, they're not going to physically run over a person, right? Yeah, something probably way worse is likely to happen when you do that. So the same level of commitment that you do training-wise has to be there. So during the program, we got a call from my second grade teacher, Maria Pappas, and she is starting a sort of an advocacy group for education and passing that message off to as many parents as possible. And she asked if I would like to be involved. And I haven't spoken with her since the show. I thought that was a really good idea. We set a training center down in the Commerce Building downtown Youngstown, and I thought that would be while we're recording Youngstown advocacy. This is a perfect high value topic that we can take a couple of people with expertise. Now I can enable it and I can get behind it, but there's going to be people who are way bigger experts in it than I am. People in education, people in law enforcement, people in psychology, child psychology. Those people need to get together and properly educate parents. I can do it from a technical standpoint, but nobody's going to listen to the technical standpoint because you and I are on the same boat, right? It's not going to happen. Right, and I'm telling you that it's enabled. It can happen, but I need someone who has, like in law enforcement, who's been to the crime scenes for something that's happened. Make it real so that parents know that this is exactly like handing the car keys to a 10-year-old, and you cannot be surprised when the game they're playing or the chat screen they're playing or the tweets that they're reading isn't infiltrated by someone with the express purpose of taking advantage of your child. And we see it taking advantage of older people. We have people taken advantage of in the business community. You have people taken advantage of on commerce and trade and sales. And so if you think that your kid is immune somehow from all of the dangers that everybody else is experiencing, you are dead wrong. And so where, advocacy, lecturing you, maybe that's what it takes, but there's some real truth behind a lot of this, and it's time we'll put some time and some of our energy behind a cause like that. So 330-729-9977. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back, take your calls. This is the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be right back.
what's happening in the Valley. A man with a history of arrests is facing new charges in Columbiana County. Nathaniel Baker of East Cleveland, who's already spent time in a prison for drug trafficking and gang activity, is charged with OVI and child endangering after a traffic stop on Route 11. He's due back in court next week. Police in multiple areas are investigating a woman who slammed into several vehicles yesterday. They say it happened as she traveled between State Route 11 and Interstate 680, resulting in possibly 4 to 5 crashes in Austintown and Canfield. She made her way to Market Street in Youngstown, where she hit a pole near Youngstown Community School. A jury has reached a verdict in a Youngstown murder trial. The jury found Jermaine Tubbs guilty of murder. He was found guilty of shooting and killing 52-year-old Michael Brooks back in April of 2017. The victim was found dead from a gunshot wound outside an apartment on DuPont Street in Youngstown. US 224 between Struthers Road and Corey Street will be closed through mid-August for a bridge replacement project. The project begins Monday. The detour will be State Route 616 north to US 422 west to PA I-376 back to US 224. Also beginning Monday is a bridge replacement project on State Route 534 between West Calla and West Middletown roads. Valley Congressman Bill Johnson says he's taken the president at his word when he admits he misspoke earlier this week while standing with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The congressman made a stop at the Mahoning County Republican headquarters yesterday morning, talking and answering questions. While Johnson admits he doesn't know what the president and Putin talked about in private, he's confident the two men will have a strong relationship. In sports, the Indians beat Texas 9-8, both again tonight, 7:37 on 570 WKBN. The Pirates pounded the Reds 12-1. They both play again tonight in Cincinnati. And the Mahoning Valley Scrappers beat Batavia 5-4. From the Power Chevrolet Buick GMC of Calcutta, Ohio newsroom, I'm Dave Price.
Our next update at 2.
Man, it is so hot out. Crank your air conditioner.
I would, but you're not going to believe this. It's broken.
Don't sweat it. Take your car to Boardman Nissan on Market Street. They have the best service team in the area.
At Boardman Nissan, they service all makes and models, and don't forget they do it fast. Head down to Boardman Nissan today and enjoy a top-notch dealership experience. They go above and beyond to serve your needs. Boardman Nissan makes it easy. Whether you need your AC repaired or recharged, we've got you covered. Boardman Nissan, 7809 Market Street in Boardman. Get there today and beat the heat.
The Mount Carmel Society of Lowellville is celebrating their 123rd annual Our Lady of Mount Carmel Festival. 4 big days of fun starting July 18th through the 21st from 6 p.m. till midnight with performances by Steve Fazzini, Dominic Taco, and more. And they'll be featuring the Baby Doll Dance every night, Wednesday through Friday, followed by a fireworks display Saturday at 11:30, brought to you by Zambelli. For more information, check them out on Facebook at Mount Carmel Club Lowellville.
A beautiful night off the shores of Lake Erie.
This is more than digging in. This is never giving up.
Bases loaded, nobody out.
This is more than a rally.
The set, the pitch.
It's a hold your breath, memory-making,
a swing and a high fly ball, deep right field.
Reason to stay to the end.
Go on to the lower deck.
This is more than a summer night. This is a Cleveland tradition.
Catch the Tribe versus the Pirates July 23rd through the 25th and get KeyBank Kids tickets for just $15 only on Indians.com.
Message and data rates may apply. Please do not text and drive.
Ever wonder why Europeans seem to speak so many languages? Maybe it's because they use Babbel, the #1 selling language learning app in Europe. Babbel's award-winning technology gets you speaking right away, whether you're learning Spanish, French, or German. And best of all, you'll remember what you've learned.
I always thought I was bad at languages, but after using Babbel, I can tell you I was just taught the wrong way.
Using Babbel's 10 to 15-minute lessons, you can be speaking confidently in your new language within weeks.
I was amazed that I could start having real-life conversations right away. It was so fast. Now I'm speaking Spanish. Woohoo!
No wonder Babbel is the #1 selling language learning app in Europe. Try it for yourself and see why Babbel is the quick way to get conversational in a new language, like Spanish, French, or more. You can try Babbel for free. Download the app or text VOICE to 484848. Text VOICE to 484848 to try Babbel for free. That's VOICE to 484848.
Quiet, comfort, and affordability. The most important things when choosing a place to live. Westchester Square Apartments offers something to fit every need and budget. 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom, and studio apartments. They rent apartments, but they sell convenience. You can find luxury living at Westchester Executive Apartments, 1,200 square feet of upscale living with carports, or independent senior living at Westchester Commons, strategically located in the center of Austintown, right next to Route 11. For the perfect apartment, call 330-799-5758. Come and be a good neighbor in a community of good neighbors. Westchester Square Apartments, Austintown. For more information, go to waldenmanagement.com.
From America's best-selling automobile to the world's toughest trucks, there's a reason why customers are driving from Youngstown, Boardman, Austintown, Hermitage, even Cleveland and Pittsburgh. So come and find out for yourself at our all-new state-of-the-art facility on Route 46. See you at Toyota of Warren.
Thinking about life insurance? What if you could make one free phone call and learn your best price from nearly a dozen highly rated, price-competitive companies? Well, that's exactly what happens when you call SelectQuote Life. For example, George is 40. He was getting sky-high quotes from other companies because he takes meds to control his blood pressure. But when I shopped around, I found him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $25 a month. I'm SelectQuote agent Dan Savino. And believe me, if SelectQuote isn't shopping for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 800-573-9552. That's 800-573-9552. 800-573-9552. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Just ahead, more stimulating talk from the O'Charley's Digital Studios. $9.99 menu, 9 great meals, 1 great price. O'Charley's. Cool your home this summer. Call Mazza Heating and Cooling in Girard, your factory authorized Bryant dealer. Now, the Storm Team 27 forecast.
It's going to be an unsettled weekend across the valley with periods of rain and a few thunderstorms throughout the day. Temperatures will climb to near 80 this afternoon. The chance for showers and a few storms will be around this evening and tonight, with temperatures dipping back into the lower 60s. In the Storm Team 27 Weather Center, I'm Alex George.
It's 78 degrees.
570WKBN.com. Driven by Donnell Ford. Boardman and DonnellFord.com. The only place where you can discover the Donnell difference.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. I am Joe Danier, owner of Youngstown Computer, and this is your Saturday show where we talk about things that are happening in your world. Try to give you some tech news and things that are happening around the Youngstown area. Big advocate for the things that are happening here in my hometown, pushing as much with our energy to get things moving and aid and assist those people who are trying to make a difference and trying to make the world a better place. So 330-729-9977 is the phone number. Okay, so last week, my wife said, does Facebook, does it listen to you through your iPhone? Does it have the microphone? And I said, yeah, of course it does. Sure it does. Everything is listening to what you're saying. Amazon Echo is listening to what you're saying. Your phone's listening. Your smart TVs, your computers, everything that has a microphone is programmed to be able to listen to you. Now, tinfoil hat time. This is time where we get, little unnerved about our privacy. But here's really what's going on. The software companies are building these extensive algorithms. Okay, mathematical formula that takes tons and tons and tons of data points and tons of data sets. It organizes them in such a way to make fairly good predictions about what is likely to happen. So if you're heading to work, right? It's a Monday. For the last 17 days, you've left at 7:55, and you got into this car, and you started it up, and you left this driveway. It's a fair conclusion that your phone could say, hey, he's probably on his way to work, and let's tell him about the traffic, right? So what was really collected on you? Well, the algorithm was on the local side, right? So it was making decisions without having to leave your phone and go to the internet by just collecting data points. And then when it came to the a conclusion locally, then it went out to the internet and fetched traffic and brought it in. So at this point, as long as it's being served in a way, it's collecting data on the local side, which nobody else has access to. You're not being tracked anywhere outside the phone that's sitting in front of you. As long as when they are doing it, like when they are fetching, that you're okay with this kind of stuff that they're fetching, this stuff will continue on and it will get better than it is right now. So what people are noticing is that, you know, they'll talk to their significant other, their wives and husbands about things that they're going to buy. In this case, there was a guy that said, "Hey, I just had a conversation about a filter for my furnace." And then, like, when I was on my computer later in the day, I started seeing ads for furnace filters, right? What's going on? Are they listening? Now, what I'm thinking, remember all of the murder mysteries and those crime shows that we've watched, we know that there's really smart guys that are good at looking at details, incomplete details, and profiling people into very specific storylines. Without knowing anything, they keep gathering stuff on them and they keep assembling a story that's predictable with motive and opportunity and all of those things. You build up a story and you can pretty well prove that something happened or didn't happen. Well, this kind of does that whole Minority Report pre-crime because you don't have to really stop at present time. Once you have those details, you can continue to predict further ahead and what's likely to happen. So if you bought a furnace filter a year ago and you're coming up on a year ago, or a year to the date, that's a data point that might trigger your filter. Or you went to a store the last time, and the last time you went to that store, you picked up a furnace filter. That might have been the ad. So it's not just a single data point where your voice is coming in. I mean, even this happened to me last week where I was talking to someone in the car and I mentioned something, and then I went to send a text message, and you know how it gives you those corrected, not auto-corrected, but suggestions about what you want to type next? Well, it gave me one of the words that I said in my conversation, and it had zero context with what was in what I've typed so far. So there's no way, without hearing me already mention that word with the microphone, that it didn't make that suggestion on my phone, which I love this and hate this at the exact same time with the same exact amount of energy. I love the fact that, I pick up my phone and instead of going to my navigation app and then finding where I'm going, my phone sometimes guesses that I'm going somewhere and I just have to type it. And that's so terribly convenient. I love it. I don't feel like my brain's been infiltrated. I don't feel like my security's thrown out the window. I just think my phone made a guess sometimes where it makes a wrong guess, and I'm not super mad when it makes a wrong guess. I kind of just look at it and say, haha, tricked you, kind of a thing. So yeah, I mean, to answer those questions, I get asked about once a week about whether or not our devices are listening to it and they're coming to conclusions. Yes, I think it's happening. I don't necessarily think it is a security concern yet, but the road that this is on maybe does. What my wife and I are talking about, I cannot believe people get away with crime right now because everybody's carrying a cell phone. They get triangulated. They've got microphones and cameras. Why isn't it that every crime is prosecuted with 100%, perfection? I mean, we know all this stuff. I mean, getting fingered for the wrong crime and doing prison time for something you didn't do, it should be unheard of now with the amount of data that we're collecting on ourselves. I mean, that right there, if I could have an app on my phone that would track my every move and listen to everything I said just so I would never be accused of anything, that would be amazing. Think how many marriages that would save if you could just have an app that would tell you where you were and who you were talking to and whatever, and you never had to prove anything because your phone was your alibi. That's it. I'm going to make a phone app called The Alibi. That's my next big thing. Anyway, 330-729-9977. Let's go to Huck. Huck, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
How you doing, Joe?
Good.
Hey, I have a question about my phone, actually. I know there are many computers. Just a few weeks ago, all of a sudden, my OK Google didn't work, and some other things wouldn't work. If I punch it in manually, it works, but it says I need Google Play services in order for this to work. So I check my apps, and it says it's installed, but obviously it's not syncing up. It's not, not letting me put an address in for navigation or check on this, OK Google, whatever. It doesn't sync up, and it says I need that Google Play services. and I go to my app store, and I click on it, and it says install, but it won't install. It just stops, and it goes back to the other, the previous screen. I was just wondering if you knew anything about that or something I'm missing.
All right, the phone reception is really bad on that line, so I will do my best here to answer. I think I know where you were going there. So you have a Google device, and it's not connecting up with the app that's on the phone. So here's really what you need to do. You're going to probably want to factory the Google device back. I think you said it's a Google Home. Not sure, but if you reset it back to factory, you should be able to put it into like that network mode, connect it in with your home network, get it back to factory, and then once your phone device and the Google Home are both sitting on your network, then the Google app, the one that is, sees the device and lets you set things on it, then that will work. But I have a feeling that it's not necessarily on the phone, that it's actually with the Google device, and I would definitely put it back to factory. There's not a whole lot of local information that thing carries. So where you will have to set it up again, you will have to tell it where your internet is. That's probably the extent of it. It'll just bring that stuff back in once you connect it back to your internet, because it's connected to your overall Google account. And if you've had any settings since then, it'll go back in. So sorry I couldn't keep you on the line there, Huck. It was a really bad phone connection. But hopefully that answers your question about that. So thanks a lot. 330-729-9977 is the phone number. And what Huck was talking about there is that these devices, you have the Amazon Echo and the Amazon Show. Then you also have the Google devices where they have those little pods where they have the Google Home, and then you have the Apple devices now too. Each one of those are acting as a virtual assistant. Can be spoken to. It can give back visual and audio feedback. You can ask it what the weather is. You can see your calendar on it if it's the one that has the screen. And so there's a lot of different capabilities that open up. Now it is sitting there as a listening device, waiting for the keyword of OK Google or Siri or Alexa. All three of those keywords allow the thing to spring to life and start, doing stuff. Like you can turn your lights on and off. You can adjust the thermostat. You can set your alarm system. You can control outdoor lights and indoor lights. So a lot of stuff that can happen because of it. But if it becomes part of your controller for the rest of your network, it's got to work well. And if it's misbehaving, you can always set it back to factory defaults. Okay, so 330-729-9977. And we were talking a little bit about the security and what you should do on your end to keep you and your family safe when it comes to these virtual assistants. And if you do not want to participate, okay, let's just say you do not want Facebook to be listening to your conversations. In your iPhone or your Android, you can go into your device's settings under privacy, and you can tell applications that they are not allowed to access your microphone. So if you go to privacy, you can scroll down the list, you'll see Facebook on there, and you can turn the microphone on or off so that it doesn't even have the ability to access it. So if you give it, we're assuming Facebook says categorically it does not listen to your conversations to give ads to. So, but it doesn't mean that, you're going through Facebook and you want to post something and you're driving, you hit the little microphone and it allows you to talk and it translates it into text, and then you can post to Facebook without typing anything out. That's where it would legitimately need to use your microphone. But if you do not want that, your devices, through their privacy settings, you could turn that stuff off and you don't have to worry about it. So, all right, let's go to Dan next. Dan, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
Hey, Joe. No help needed. Just I was calling to thank you because I listened to a comment on your show a few weeks ago, and it dramatically sharpened my computing experience.
Oh, awesome. What was it? Can you share with us?
Yeah. You were talking about the upgrade to Windows 10, and sometimes when that happens, the Windows Defender conflicts with another kind of antivirus or safety software. You suggested disabling the Norton or the McAfee or whatever, and not only by uninstalling it, but by going to the provider's website and learning how to uninstall it. So I did that. And now my Windows 10 runs very much faster.
Awesome. That is awesome. Thank you for calling and sharing that story with me. Appreciate it.
Thanks for the expertise.
All right.
Take care.
Thanks, Dan. And you know, that's the perfect. This is the, you know, the pinnacle of this show when, you know, this stuff ripples out and resonates, and, you know, you remember the little things. You hang on to this stuff that we say on this show, and then you get to encounter it in real life, and you know exactly what to do. You know, when Windows 7 came along, you know, it had all this inherited legacy support, and so it was a bigger security risk than when Windows 10, it just leveled it, right? It said, we're no longer bringing all this old legacy forward. This is a brand new operating system. So Windows 7, we had to treat like, hey, we got to make this a little bit more secure because it's insecure because it's got a lot of support. Windows 10 got a lot more secure, so it needs a little less antivirus, a little less security. It can handle a lot of that, more of that on its own. So when you switch that over, now you have some more choices that you didn't have with Windows 7. So, like I said, that's my favorite part of doing this show is when somebody can, you know, pull one of those knives out of their tool belt and actually wield it in the real world and come up on the positive. Good stuff. So, thanks, Dan. Appreciate that phone call. And we, you know, that's what we hope to when we bring up a topic. And you'll see if you listen to the show for any number of years that, you know, we come back to the most popular topics and you hear a lot about them. And what's nice about that is I can hear back in people from the field that see me in public, and they can kind of tell me my philosophies. And it's kind of cool that my philosophies are known in the real world because, you know, as a problem solver, that's my goal is to help give you some feelings about something so you can use them to protect yourself in the real world. And anyway, it's just neat. All right. Irvin, I will get to your call as soon as we get back. 330-729-9977. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN.
Hey, it's Lindsay Watts, and I'm down here at the Town Center at Firestone Farms, and I'm so excited and happy that I finally get to attend the Columbiana Wine Festival. I've been trying to get down here the past couple of years, but this is the perfect year for it. If you like wine and enjoy good food and the work of local artisans, then you need to get down here from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. this evening. Now, Columbiana Wine Fest began last night, and the festivities and fun continue through tonight. Things are going to get kicked off at 4 p.m. and go until 9 p.m., and tickets are $30 at the gate and include admission, 10 tasting tickets, a souvenir wine glass, and the festival program. And it's 21 and over, so bring your friends, coworkers, date, spouse, whomever you want, and spend quality time at this fun, beautiful festival. Enjoy live music, and it all happens, rain or shine, because we're not afraid of a little storm clouds here in Columbiana. I'll be spinning the Pizza Hut prize wheel from the Homestead Kitchen and Cocktails front from 12 to 2 p.m. and getting people signed up to win $300 worth of gift cards to the shops here at the Town Center at Firestone Farms. And I'll see you when you get here.
Hi again, folks. This is Dan Rivers. Let me take just a half a minute of your time to tell you about living life to the fullest at Copeland Oaks Retirement Community. From spacious, independent living villas and apartments to assisted living and memory care, Copeland Oaks is comprehensive. Dan Rivers urging you to learn about all the living options by visiting CopelandOaks.com or call and set up a tour. 938-6126 in nearby Sebring. 938-6126. CopelandOaks.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology actively invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So, while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you, the needle in the haystack.
Try ZipRecruiter now for free by going to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Everyone is invited to Finn Feather Fur Outfitters annual customer appreciation sale going on now through July 29th. During this year's sale event, we have great ammo deals. Get 50 rounds of Federal 115 grain 9mm Champion, $7.99. 20 rounds of Spear 200 grain 45 automatic plus P Gold Dot, $12.99. Or 20 rounds of Federal 55 grain 22 250 Power Shock, $12.99. Don't miss out on all the great deals in every department. Come to the Finn in Ashland, Middleburg Heights, Canton, Boardman, and Milan.
Your Mahoning Valley Scrappers return to Eastwood Field for a 3-day homestand July 24th through the 26th against the Brooklyn Cyclones. Highlighting the homestand is Buck Night, Bark at the Park, Christmas in July, and Military Appreciation Night. For more information, call 330-505-0000. Friend us on Facebook or visit us at mvscrappers.com. The 2018 season is presented by the Eastwood Mall Complex. Scrappers Baseball. Baseball with bite.
Mr. Flynn, Mr. Joel Flynn, come quickly.
What is it, Flinny?
There's a huge crowd at Flynn's Tire.
Relax, Flinny. It's just smart shoppers lined up for Flynn's biggest sale of the year.
Oh, Mr. Flynn, and what makes this sale so special?
Once a year, Flynn slashes prices on nearly every tire in stock.
Gadzooks, by the size of the crowd, you must be giving tires away.
We are, Flinny. We have buy 3, get 1 free deals on select Yokohama and Vanderbilt tires.
Be sure to get your tires during the 10 sale at Flynn's and tell them Flinny sent you.
It's Saturday, July 21st. What's new today on the iHeartRadio app?
iHeartRadio.
We've got the ultimate playlist to set the mood for the summer of 2018. Ready? Check out the classic rock playlist.
Don't stop believing.
The Yacht Rock playlist will make everyone smile.
Summer breeze.
Big Hair 80s. And so many more. Let iHeartRadio handle your summer soundtrack. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
Now 77.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. Right away, we're going to go to a phone call here. We're going to Irvin, 330-729-9977. Irvin, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
Hello, Joe. Hey, you guys stole my thunder about you and Morris Ray on the thing with your teacher, your former teacher.
Yeah.
I had a moment like that many years ago. But that was a good deal you all said about the thing, because I know I have a 10 or 11-year-old granddaughter. She wants a phone. So you got to watch what they do, and somebody's got to get into this and everything. But anyway, let me get to my question.
Sure.
I know you have this and that to do. First, let me tell you, and I'm not going to pour them off you. I'm retired. I'm 85, and I have really sight in only one eye. But my computer, which is a 2008 HP, I think I talked to you before about remote getting me back on UVerse, AT&T UVerse. For some reason, it will not let me get back on it now. For the remote, can you give me a ballpark or estimate or something about how much it will cost so that I know that I have this amount on my credit card? I only have so much on my credit card.
Sure. When you say remote, what do you mean? Like remote access? Or what kind of remote are you talking about?
When I talked to you one time, you said you could fix it remotely.
Oh, yeah,
from
yeah,
your
yeah.
shop to mine.
Yeah, and
without me bringing the computer in.
Yeah, if you have internet connected already, that's really the only thing you can't do remotely. If you don't have internet set up, there's no way to get in remotely to be able to fix that. So it's something that, if UVerse is what you want to have installed or set up.
It's already installed. I can't get back on it. For some reason, I don't know if my grandkids put some, but I had got Google, and I was typing in Bing to get the news, the stock market, and this and that. And, just whatever was going on in the world. And plus YouTube with the music.
Sure,
but,
yeah.
Now I can't get anything. It just shows the pictures on the screen and everything. And I was wondering, how much would it be to get this done remotely? I mean, just give me a ballpark figure. I'm not going to hold it in stone or anything. I just
most services that we provide, we can do within an hour. So we can put as much stuff as we can within that hour, and it would be around $100, $105, I believe, 110 something after tax.
That sounds reasonable. Very reasonable. But here's what I want to know. You said you can do this remotely only if I'm on the internet?
Yeah, if your internet's not connected, there's no way for us to get in there. So it has to be connected to the internet.
Well, I have to be connected to the internet because Google comes up.
Yeah, why don't you have them call my office? Let me put you on hold real quick. Let me get you on the other side here. 330-729-9977. We'll take a break, and we'll come back talk to Irwin. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN.
Welcome back. We are with Matt Taylor from Hermitage Toyota.
Hey everybody, I've got great news.
What do you got for us, Matt?
We're rolling out the Taylor Toyota of Hermitage trade-in and trade-up sales event. Everyone that brings in their trade, no matter what it is, push, pull, or drag it in and get up to 130% KBB value.
Wow. Did you guys hear what he just said?
You have to come try out our Toyotas. Even if you don't have a trade, we have great deals on all our Toyotas. Lease a 2018 Tundra SR5 4x4 Crew Max for $246 a month, or a 2018 4Runner 4x4 SR5 V6 just $299 a month.
Everybody got all that? Yeah, we set up to 130% KBB value on any trade. 2018 Tundra lease for $246 a month, 2018 4Runner for $299. The Taylor Toyota of Hermitage trade-in and trade-up sales event. To pay more is insane. Tundra 24-month lease, $1,000 down. SR5 36 months, $2,000 down. Offers plus first payment tax title, $116 doc fee. No security with approved credit based on fair condition up to $3,000. Cannot be combined with any other offer. See dealer for details. Ends 7/31/18.
For antique oak flooring, go to BairdBrothers.com. This is News Radio 570 WKBN, Youngstown.
From ABC News, I'm Daria Albinger. Weather could be a major focus in the NTSB's investigation into this week's deadly duck boat accident in Branson, Missouri. More from ABC's Ariel Resha.
In a phone interview with CBS this morning, the president of the company that owned that duck boat saying no one was expecting the storm. Of those 29 passengers and 2 crew members on board, 17 did not survive, including the boat's driver, Robert Williams. 6 more taken to the hospital, 2 still in critical condition. The victims' ages ranging from 1 to 76.
Another focus could be a state law that doesn't require passengers on boats to wear life jackets. President Trump is spending the weekend at his golf club in New Jersey, and he's tweeting about that recording the FBI seized, which belonged to his former lawyer, Michael Cohen. The president writing, it's, quote, inconceivable the feds could do that, and goes on to say he did nothing wrong. The president also pushing for a fall visit from Russian leader Vladimir Putin, which some are describing as a second summit, the news catching even some of his staff off guard.
The White House announced this in a tweet from Sarah Sanders, the press secretary, and the announcement caught even some top members of Trump's administration off guard, notably the director of national intelligence, who was at a security forum in Aspen. He was taken aback and said, well, that'll be special.
ABC's David Wright traveling with the president in Berkeley Heights, New Jersey. In Dallas today,
we stand here today with our hearts broken.
The city's police chief, Renee Hall, on the loss of one of her officers. Senior Corporal Earl Givens was killed by a driver who is now under arrest for DUI. At the time, Givens was riding in a funeral procession for a fellow officer who had recently died of cancer. Tiger Woods shooting a 66 today at the British Open. It's his best weekend round at a major PGA event since 2010. You're listening to ABC News.
Here's what's happening in the Valley. A man with a history of arrests is facing new charges in Columbiana County. Nathaniel Baker of East Cleveland, who's already spent time in a prison for drug trafficking and gang activity, is charged with OVI and child endangering after a traffic stop on Route 11. He's due back in court next week. Police in multiple areas are investigating a woman who slammed into several vehicles yesterday. They say it happened as she traveled between State Route 11 and Interstate 680, resulting in possibly 4 to 5 crashes in Austintown and Canfield. She made her way to Market Street in Youngstown, where she hit a pole near Youngstown Community School. A jury has reached a verdict in a Youngstown murder trial. The jury found Jermaine Tubbs guilty of murder. He was found guilty of shooting and killing 52-year-old Michael Brooks back in April of 2017. The victim was found dead from a gunshot wound outside an apartment on DuPont Street in Youngstown. US 224 between Struthers Road and Corey Street will be closed through mid-August for a bridge replacement project. The project begins Monday. The detour will be State Route 616 north to US 422 west to PA I-376 back to US 224. Also beginning Monday is a bridge replacement project on State Route 534 between West Calla and West Middletown roads. Valley Congressman Bill Johnson says he's taken the president at his word when he admits he misspoke earlier this week while standing with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The congressman made a stop at the Mahoney County Republican headquarters yesterday morning, talking and answering questions, while Johnson admits he doesn't know what the president and Putin talked about in private.
Cleveland Police Department in Cuyahoga County has issued an Amber Alert. Brianna Harris, born March 7th, 1995, has taken her 4 children from Cleveland, Ohio. Savannah Harris, born November 20th, 2015, is the child of Brianna Harris and has critical medical needs. Also taken were Zayana Harris, born November 20th, 2015, Kaylee Harris, born June 28, 2014, and Tavon Harris, born February 22nd, 2011. Brianna Harris is bipolar and has schizophrenia and currently is off for medication. They were last seen in a blue Toyota Corolla with a dealer plate of 0157-330, repeating 0157-330 from Palm Beach Auto Sales at 8514 Broadway in a blue Toyota Corolla. Anyone having information on this abduction, please call the Cleveland Police Department 5th District at 216-623-5500 or dial 911. Repeating, anyone having information on this abduction, please call the Cleveland Police Department 5th District at 216-623-5500 or dial 911.
Now at Menards, save big money on your next project with 11% off everything. Classic 3-tab shingles from Owens Corning have a traditional look at an outstanding value. They can withstand winds up to 60 miles per hour. Classic 3-tab shingles are just $14.94 a bundle after 11% off. Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Good through July 21st. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
It's Free Movie Friday from 570 WKBN and Atom Tickets. The Atom Tickets app lets you browse movie titles, buy tickets, invite friends, and pre-order concessions all from your phone while you skip the lines. Today, Atom Tickets wants to give you a chance at free movie tickets. Text them now. Text
For your home or business, call Mazza Heating and Cooling in Girard, your factory authorized Bryant dealer. Now, the Storm Team 27 forecast.
It's going to be an unsettled weekend across the valley with periods of rain and a few thunderstorms throughout the day. Temperatures will climb to near 80 this afternoon. The chance for showers and a few storms will be around this evening and tonight, with temperatures dipping back into the lower 60s. In the Storm Team 27 Weather Center, I'm Alex George.
Now 77.
All right, welcome back for the second hour here of the Youngstown Computer Show. We get to do this on Saturdays, talk about things that are happening in tech. Before we went off to the last break, we were talking to Irvin, which I got that right. He was asking about some remote services that Youngstown Computer can provide, and I just want to finish up that call. Irvin, you still with me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
So basically what I want you to do, take down our office number, 330-259-7278.
259
7278.
7278.
Yeah, and tell our guys that you're not real sure if your internet will allow anybody in, but that's the first thing they need to check is see if you have internet. At that point, they'll either say, yep, we can get in and do it remotely, or nope, we're going to have to come out on site and take over, take this on. And the on-site one will just be a little bit more than that $100 that I quoted you, so just kind of leave it up to them, and they'll help you discover that.
Okay. Are they open now?
Not until Monday morning, so they'll get there around 9 o'clock on Monday.
Okay. All right.
All right, thanks, Irvin.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it very much. Hey, keep on. Okay?
All right, thank you so much, Irvin. Appreciate you being out there. Appreciate you your question here today. So 330-729-9977. We had a text message that came in over that last break, so let me go ahead and read that. Coming up slowly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, of course it came up. I opened the text message. You ever get one of those where it opens smaller than is humanly readable? I keep getting notices that my Microsoft account needs some sort of attention, but when I log in, it seems that all is well and nothing needs fixing. How can I stop these notices? Thank you. I noticed this too about Microsoft accounts in general. So a couple years ago, they started to push on the model where they wanted a lot of what you did to be managed by their OneDrive or their cloud And also at the same time, they were getting all their subscriptions to Word, Excel, and whatever bound also to a Microsoft account. Now, what's happening is that where if you have one of those things, it works perfect. It never really prompts you. But when you jump around between different Microsoft accounts, sometimes it will log you out of one and log you in another. So you have this always updating message that never gets satisfied because you're sort of straddling multiple Microsoft accounts. So I'm assuming that it's something like that on your end. I would probably consolidate down to one account if you can. So let's just say you had one email address that you originally set up with Microsoft, and then you ended up getting an Office 365, and you might have used a different email address. I would, jam all those things together because I was at a customer's on Friday, and they had OneDrive in one person's account, and they have their Excel in another person's account. Well, that's not how the software is engineered. And in order for it to work really well without you having to keep entering passwords or keep satisfying these security things, it's best to just do it the way that Microsoft wants you to, or bail on the whole, ecosystem. I mean, we've encountered both, and sometimes it just doesn't play nice in the way we're trying to use it, and we have to find a different way to accomplish it. So that's what I would do is if you've gone through your network and there's not, there isn't like a chain. Sometimes they'll send out emails to make sure that it's still a good address, and if you don't respond, it flags it until you log in the next time. Could be something like that. So I hope that I answered that question. As you just heard during that break, an Amber Alert, and I didn't get to hear the details of it, but I do want to tell you we had a conversation about it earlier this week. We've had one conversation already during this show about child abductions, and it's a great government system that's put in place to let everybody be alerted early on. Okay, and it's not doing anything other than getting everybody to focus, and this is where radio is a great resource, and terrestrial broadcast radio is very valuable because where we get most of our entertainment on demand and recorded. I never really care or know if I'm watching something live or if something is has been recorded a week ago. I really don't care. I don't do enough of it. But when it comes to being able to stay connected to the world around us, we really like to have things that are happening right now. So if there's a traffic alert, I don't want to be, listening to a podcast and pick up on a traffic alert that happened, 2 weeks ago. That's not very valuable. I want it right now. And so, I find myself listening to 570, all talk radio while I'm driving around for that reason, where I get news updates that are happening now, like traffic and all that kind of stuff. And Amber Alert fits right in there, where if we're doing a lot of our listening in any period of time, like I said, radio is that great medium to keep us super aware, and everybody driving around can now keep an eye out for, whatever car or whatever person's either been abducted or missing, because we're in an unsafe world, and we're doing all we can, from a verbally, we're saying we're doing all we can to keep people safe. And this is one of them. Our awareness is keeping people safe. And I'm a proactive guy, so I don't like waiting till someone's abducted to start doing something about it. I want to know that if you take up a cell phone and you're connected to the outside world, I want to consider that there are risks in the beginning and already field those risks before waiting for them to happen. So I don't want anybody to die before I figure out that dying is an outcome, and be prepared for it so that we do all that we can to not die, right? And that's, as responsible adults in a responsible culture, that's what we do, is that we plan that way. So when we advocate for parental education, it's a stupid thing to let your kid do social media and do community games, and just like you wouldn't send your kid over the neighbor's house or somebody you didn't know to have a sleepover, right? Why? For the same reasons you wouldn't throw them to the internet world, because you are not there when they're going to be approached. You're not there when they're going to need to make decisions. You're not there when somebody could really get one over on them, right? Because that's our job as parents and as adults. Our job is to do some thinking, knowing with what the world is. Now, if you're not good at technology and you're going to teach your kid about technology, there's a big separation, a big, jump that they're going to have to make. And so I want to aid all of the parents that know they're a little behind the curve when it comes to technology, that they don't hand them Twitter, or they don't hand them Instagram, and they don't hand them online games and YouTube videos before you consider what you've really given them an experience, what part of the experience you've given them, what responsibilities come with that experience. And so, I am going to team up with some people in that are already doing this with some of our educators and professionals, and really from that standpoint, tell you what you guys need to do. And I'm not one of those people who are going to say don't do it. Right? That's not going to be the option, or I mean, it's going to be an option, but it's not going to be my preferred option. I want everybody to experience technology. That's my business. Everybody is helped, and it's a useful tool. But I want you to do it in a way that is safe, and that you are smarter than the people that are out there, that you are more educated than the people that are out there that are trying to take advantage of you. Because it's that old thing where you don't need to be faster than the bear. You have to be faster than your buddy who's not faster than the bear, right? And that's what it is. There's always going to be a target. On your block, you want to be the house that is the least attractive to somebody breaking in, because I can put all the security in your house imaginable, right? And if someone's determined they're going to come in your house. So you're not putting up these securities so that you're impenetrable. You are just the least likely to be selected. So mostly doing commonsensical things allows you to be the least likely target for these things to occur. They don't prevent them. They just make them or at least less likely than somebody who's not doing those. And that's really what it comes down to. And I don't know if you don't go out on the web and you don't see what kind of stuff. I mean, go venture into some of the dark side every once in a while and see what kind of exposures that a kid would have if they had the same kind of ability. I mean, I think my first exposure, to a porn site was when I thought I was going to the White House website, and it used to be not the White House website, and I was blown away because I was thinking how many teachers said, let's go do some, government research on some political things, and go to whitehouse.com. And then all of a sudden, boom. I don't know what it is now. I'm kind of afraid to go there since I was traumatized back in the day. But I mean, that's the kind of stuff that, you can put all the limitations in the world. You can do all of the, privacy filters and some restrictions on the kids' devices and all that kind of stuff. I think most of this gets hit with education, because if you are, we had this discussion the other day about, using curse words. All right. If you think by the time your kid's 10 years old that he hasn't heard curse words or she hasn't heard curse words, then you're nuts. Right. So governing the feeling about curse words is more important than just putting someone in a bubble and keeping them defended against curse words that way. So that's kind of I drone on about that a little too much, but you get my drift here. We got to do more of it, and I'm willing to step in the driver's seat. I will take all of you who are willing to learn along with me over the course of the next couple months. So 330-729-9977 is the phone number. Last week I mentioned that I was up in Cleveland. I did a trade show, sort of. There was a conference for companies that did 3D printing. And back in the beginning of the year, we, myself and two other guys, started a sort of like an investment group, Mahoning Valley Business Alliance. And what we did was I was getting really sick and tired of businesses that we did work for computer-wise, and just people that I knew in general in business, getting to the end of their career, their retirement age. And so they started making plans and preparations for either selling their companies, these big established, these companies were all doing really well, but then the handoff to either turning it over to somebody in their family or turning it over to a really valuable employee or selling it outright to somebody. They spent so much time and energy trying to do those things without success, and they would just end up letting these great companies go away. And I was so sick of seeing that happen. So we started a company called MVBA. And what I wanted to do is sort of start either helping rehab companies, helping keep good jobs and companies alive and not go through that whole just shut it down because I can't find a buyer for it. And then, helping startups as well. So there's a need for it, a really big demand. If you read the press release from earlier this week, after that came out, I was inundated with all kinds of interest in companies that are in need of this kind of attention. So there's a lot of dynamics in this area, business-wise, that you got to look at the demographics. So when people are coming out of colleges, are they entrepreneurs starting businesses? Are they going to college, getting specialized, and moving off? Well, we're losing a lot of really bright people in this area. So who's left here after those professionals go into other markets? That's who's going to be buying these companies. Or also, they might be bought by, if they do sell, they're going to be bought by companies that don't have roots here in Youngstown. So the groups of people that I got together believe in this city and this town, and so are fighting hard like I am to keep these companies and these people all Youngstown based, because we're losing some of our identity. The people who believe in this area, these three guys grew up here, lived here, and, want to keep things here. Different than, a franchise coming here, buying all the customers and buying all the suppliers and buying all the materials. And even if they operated here, they're not really Youngstown people. If it came down to it and they could, move it to wherever, they would do it because it's just a business to them. It's not a Youngstown business to them. And so this company, Fresh Made 3D, is one of the companies we were, over the last 4 or 5 months, going through the process of helping, get their sales cycles and their product lines and their marketing and all that stuff developed. That's what we do. We coach these businesses up and get them, as functional. But when you tell the story of their function, we build all those mechanisms in to get them functional in the way that they can picture their companies. And so that's what we began doing. So just want to mention that because I did briefly bring it up during last week's show, but before the press release, I couldn't say much about it. But I'm very excited because this is a company that manufactures stuff. And I was really looking forward in this year, 2018, to either myself start building stuff or at least be part of a company that was building physical, tangible, things you can touch products. And for that, I'm really excited. So Fresh Made 3D, you'll see some stuff, some integrations between that company and all of our other enterprises as you see around town. We're going to make a big deal about because these are people who live here. These jobs that we're creating are going to be jobs that stay here. These people that, I want to see our YSU kids come out and have these amazing high-paying jobs. So as we escalate all of these high-paying jobs and high-paying, the real estate goes up and everything grows because of this kind of stuff. So I want to thank everybody who has supported us and everything in our endeavors too. So a lot of support came in through the emails as well this week. So, all right, Matt, I see your call out there. We'll come back as soon as we take this break. We'll get to that call. If you want to get on the line, 330-729-9977. You're listening to the Youngstown Computer Show on 570 WKBN. We'll be right back.
Man, it is so hot out. Crank your air conditioner.
I would, but you're not going to believe this. It's broken.
Don't sweat it. Take your car to Boardman Nissan on Market Street. They have the best service team in the area.
At Boardman Nissan, they service all makes and models, and don't forget they do it fast. Head down to Boardman Nissan today and enjoy a top-notch dealership experience. They go above and beyond to serve your needs. Boardman Nissan makes it easy. Whether you need your AC repaired or recharged, we've got you covered. Boardman Nissan, 7809 Market Street in Boardman. Get there today and beat the heat. Locally owned and operated, offering design to build services, start to finish project management, shell erect or turnkey new construction or commercial renovation. Regardless of the type of service, Whitmer's Construction provides. Rest assured that our highly trained staff will meet your expectations. Visit Whitmer's online at whitmersconstruction.com or 330-427-2611. Whitmer's Construction. Reliable resources and results.
Hospitals and major healthcare providers want you to believe one thing. They want you to believe you do not have a choice when it comes to medical imaging. Hospitals can hit you with thousands of dollars in medical bills. Don't listen. Go where so many have gone and have saved thousands of dollars on their medical imaging. DMXI. You don't have to pay those ridiculous hospital fees. DMXI is here to help you. It's your decision where you have your imaging taken. Trust DMXI. Go to DMXI.com or stop in at their local location just off Todd Avenue in Boardman.
Feather Fur Outfitters is having their annual customer appreciation going on now through July 29. And during this sale, you can save 10% off all used firearms in stock. While you're at the Finn, check out all the great deals on new firearms and ammo. Great selection, great pricing. Hurry in today to check out all the deals going on in every department. Come to the Finn in Ashland, Middleburg Heights, Canton, Boardman, or Milan, or visit our website, FinnFeatherFur.com.
A beautiful night off the shores of Lake Erie.
This is more than digging in. This is never giving up.
Bases loaded, nobody out.
This is more than a rally.
The set, the pitch.
It's a hold your breath, memory-making.
A swing and a high fly ball, deep right field.
Reason to stay to the end.
Go on to the lower deck.
This is more than a summer night. This is a Cleveland tradition. Get an Indians beach towel courtesy of Lexus on Wednesday, July 25th. Purchase your tickets on Indians.com.
Here's some great MVSN offers.
You deserve the very best. You deserve the Stadium Cadillac experience. You'll love the wide selection at Stadium Cadillac, and you'll appreciate the unparalleled customer service and the great selection of certified pre-owned Cadillacs. Discover your Stadium Cadillac experience.
Don't miss Johnny K's Power Sports Boxing, Beers, and Bikes Saturday, July 28th. Doors open at 6, first fight at 7. 15 amateur bouts and honoring Niles' own Rusty Rosenberger. Boxing, Beers, and Bikes at Johnny K's Power Sports, Route 422 Niles.
It's the 50% off truckload sale at DJV Carpet. Porcelain tile was $3.99, now just $1.99 a square foot. Rolls of Shaw carpeting are now 50% off while supplies last at DJV Carpet on Victoria Road in Austintown. Wholesale pricing every day.
Bernard Daniels Lumber in Canfield. We're so much more than a lumber store.
Bernard Daniels Lumber in Canfield is a complete drive-through lumberyard, and we've been serving the valley for over 100 years.
So come see why we're the best deal in town.
Hi, this is Eric Clark at Fairway Ford in Canfield. We've made a special purchase of new 18 F-150 XLT 4x4 Super Cabs. Ford has a $2,500 discount on them, and Fairway Ford is taking another $10,500 off every one. Nobody buys from the factory for less than Fairway Ford. That's why Fairway Ford is your truck headquarters and always top dollar for your trade-in. Visit us at fairwayfordohio.com or 330-533-FORD. Fairway, that's the way we do business.
It's 78 degrees.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Youngstown Computer Show. Phone number 330-729-9977. Let's go to Matt. Matt, you're on the Youngstown Computer Show. How can I help you?
How you doing, Joe?
Good.
Hey, I've got a new iPhone 8 Plus, and I'm visually impaired, so I'm trying to use the Siri to schedule appointments. And when I say schedule appointment, and I say the person's name that I want to schedule the appointment with, instead of saying the person's name, instead of coming up on the screen for their name, it'll say appointment, and totally doesn't have their name involved in it at all. So my brother looked on YouTube, and he said instead of saying schedule appointment, say create event, and that worked for about 2 or 3 days. And now it's not. Now it's coming up as saying event instead of the person's name.
All right. Now there is I have to pull up this list every once in a while, and they will publish context for how it's. It allows you to circumvent this a little bit, but they give you a context list of how you should talk to Siri and in which order that gives you the best chance. I'm going to look that up, and if you hang on, I'll read the context rules, and that way you can give it the best chance of being able to drop it in your appointments well.
Okay.
It's not something I have in front of me, so I'll have to look up during the next break or something like that.
So you just listen on the radio.
Yeah, go ahead and listen, and then I'll bring that up during the next break, and I'll give you as much information as I can dig up.
Okay, thanks a lot, Joe.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Matt.